Every February, our country celebrates Black History Month to highlight the contributions and achievements of Black Americans in the nation. And usually that means celebrating names like Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and W.E.B. Du Bois.
But do you know the names Marcus Garvey, Soledad O'Brien, or James Wilson Johnson? They're Black people who made history in the United States and are products of immigration.
But Caribbean, Central, and South Americans of African descent say sometimes they feel they're not recognized in the United States. Tonight, Fox 5's Shernea Mara puts a spotlight on why people from those areas are part of celebrating the month too.
Now, John, Christine, you know this, but many viewers at home, they don't. When you walk into this newsroom, you walk by my desk, you see the American flag and the flags of Jamaica and the Dominican Republic. That's because I'm Caribbean. Both of my parents are foreign-born and raised, and I'm proud of my Caribbean roots and of my Blackness. And many others around the valley, just like me, are part of what is called the African diaspora and celebrate what it means to be Black in America every day.
So I made a little bit of chicken.
What can you tell about a person's culture by the food they eat? What about their skin color?
Because nobody else wearing heels.
Their language?
Yo soy de Guatemala, from Guatemala.
My descendants are from Jamaica, and I was born in Panama.
Mi nombre es Tania, y soy de la República de Panama.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
We speak Patois, we speak Spanish, we eat Caribbean food, we love our Latina African culture.
This is a typical weekend night in Mayani Gray's family home, celebrating their Panamanian and Jamaican cultures through food, dance, and conversation. Something Tania Hunter tells me is important to pass along to their children every day, but especially during Black History Month.
In our country, we are considered Black, and we can't. I mean, really, I can't hide that I'm Black, but a lot of times people will say, you're not Black.
Hunter is Panamanian American, and so are many of her friends and family. But these women tell me sometimes it's hard for people to understand their ethnicity versus their culture.
Even people, you know, commonly, they will see you as a Black woman, and when you start speaking, it's, oh, you're not Black, where you from? For me, because I've been here 25 years, I can't get rid of my accent. So it's daily. It's a day struggle for me because I still do not speak perfect English.
Sometimes they're even questioned by other Latinos.
Even when I go to the Latino markets or when I go to different places or even my children's school, the teachers don't understand that we are here.
That's why for them it's important to make sure their children know what it means to be Afro-Latino, which means a Latino of African descent, so the next generation never forgets their roots.
Just like everybody in the world, we love to dance. It's the African dance is just in our blood, so it's part of us.
And this specific dance shows that connection.
It's called Congo dancing, and it is a lot of sounds and rhythms that are made with the congas and the maracas, and it's a lot of influence from Africa. So it's a lot of African dances, and the women wear the beautiful, colorful like we are wearing today.
Hunter tells me in Panama, like many other Central American countries, there is a large Black presence because African culture was infused many decades ago, just like it was in the United States. But in Panama, it was to build the Panama Canal.
We also came from the motherland of Africa via Jamaica or via, bringing Blacks to build the canal. Because of that, they stayed in Panama and spread their roots.
And that story is similar across the Americas, which has created the African diaspora. People of the diaspora are those who've scattered from their homeland, spreading their culture along the way. In the Americas, it's due largely to the transatlantic slave trade. According to Pan-African researchers at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, less than 5% of Africans were transported to the United States during the slave trade. The other 95% spread across Central and South America, including countries like Guatemala, where J.C. Cayetano is from.
Once you reach the United States, it goes into that either other segment or African American. But over the years, we have identified ourselves as Latinos, and it's just now with the new wave of identities that's going on across the country that folks are now embracing the Afro side.
He says it's a good thing because it exposes more Americans to the diversity of being Black, something that's understood more on the East Coast because of the large Afro-Latino and Caribbean communities, a population that's growing more in the Valley as more economic opportunities arise.
Or Latinos, you talk about like Mexican communities, but there's a huge community from Dominican Republic here in Las Vegas, huge community of Cubans here in Las Vegas, huge community of Puerto Ricans here in Las Vegas, huge community of Belizeans here in Las Vegas. So when you put all of that together, there's this fusion going on with food, music, culture, arts, heritage, identity.
And now that they're here, Cayetano has been working to make them more recognizable through the Las Vegas Latin Carib Fest, a group that puts on events all year long celebrating Caribbean culture.
Once the reggae and soca and merengue and bachata began, that sort of like, filled the spirit with, hey, you know what, this is who I am, and let's start embracing who we are and all that good stuff and seek that recognition just like our African-American brothers.
Their festivals lead up to the big Latin Caribbean Day Parade in the fall, which is now on its 4th year, and they hope to make Las Vegas the #1 destination for Carnaval in the United States.
It began with 4 people, and now it's grown into, Atlanta, Miami, LA, Phoenix, coming to Vegas and celebrate Vegas' version of a Latin Caribbean community and all that, which is very exciting again.
They tell me sharing their culture means more understanding that no matter the country of origin, they are proud of their black roots.
We all can relate. It all comes back to the love. Music, culture, family, it all the same. Don't matter where you come from.
We need to embrace that, and we need to love it and just enjoy it, because we can't get away from it. I mean, I can't hide that I really can't hide that I'm black. I'm black all the way.
Now, John, Christine, before I go, I wanted to elaborate on those 3 Caribbean people you mentioned earlier, starting with Marcus Garvey, a Jamaican credited for reviving the concept of black pride and inspiring leaders like Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela. Then we have Soledad O'Brien, a well-known journalist who is Afro-Cuban and very vocal about bringing light to Afro-Latinos across the United States. And lastly, James Wellston Johnson, a Haitian American. He wrote the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Reporting in the newsroom, Shanae Amara, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.